Hello everyone, this is Dylan, otherwise known as Lord of the Weebs, and welcome back to my second video back. Today I will be revamping my Doki Doki Literature Club modding tutorial. Now, there are a couple reasons as to why I'm doing this. Number one is to celebrate the release of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, which released earlier today as of recording, at noon Eastern Time. And while that is a different game built on a different engine, being Unity, some people have already decompiled the game and done essentially tech demos for the modding process of that game. Though we are going to be visiting the original. Now you will see some other differences, and that is part of why, the second reason why I'm revamping this tutorial. I had a quickly dying laptop with a very shoddy headset back then. And now I have an actual mic and a decently powerful desktop computer. And as you can see, I'm also running Ubuntu Linux because, let's be real, it's more stable than Windows 10, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's get into the tutorial. I will be using the Her mod made by my friend DatBlackScientist. I am not kidding, that is his username, and I fucking love it. So we are going to begin with the original game files, completely unedited, and we are going to essentially copy and paste that. Here's the copy. And just for the sake of convenience, we are going to rename this Her. And here's the zip file. You will obviously need a clean copy. I like to download it once and then keep it aside because I play a lot of mods. So I keep the core and I just make a separate folder for all of my DDLC stuff. And then whenever I want to install a new mod, I copy and paste the core files. So we're going to extract. Now, depending on, usually you will have to extract it from a zip file or a RAR file, whatever compression the modder chose to use. And while the instructions may differ slightly depending on the modder, how they like to organize the modified game files, it will differ a little bit. You actually don't need this README. This is what some leave in, what some don't. I'm just gonna, for this sake, I'm gonna do everything. So you may need to install certain libraries if they're using a later RenPy version, because those have OS-specific guidelines. And if you're on a Mac, there will be the .app thing that runs the game and houses the file, so you would have to right click and there would be open package contents and you would then navigate to the game folder. But everything that you would need is in the game folder for the modding, so you just drag everything or drag the new game folder in, replace all the files, and that's basically it. Now, for comparison's sake, this will be the original game. As you can see, Doki Doki Literature Club, the default text box, the default warning, versus the Her mod, which will be slightly different. Well, not slightly. I still have the data, so you wouldn't get this. You would get the default warning if this was your first time playing the mod. But, yeah. That's really it. It's not a complicated process. But with the resurgence of DDLC thanks to the new game, and while the new game is very fundamentally different, I thought it'd be good to revisit the original and how to mod the original, because with DDLC Plus being built in Unity, it will be harder to decompile, it will be harder to mod, because it's a whole different engine that requires a lot more know-how than RenPy, which is basically just a full-on minimalist text-based program. But yeah, that's it. That has been my revamped modding tutorial. I know it's probably not much better quality-wise or instruction-wise, because usually with most mods on the Reddit post or within the zip file, you will find instructions. It's just a common courtesy thing to have one or the other or both. So you don't necessarily need this, but if you wanted the basic guidelines, if you don't want to have to read each Reddit post, if you don't want to have to go through the instructions text file every time, this is the basic rule of thumb. And I know I said this a lot, but that is it. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.